Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. Normally I'd be rushing this video. If you watched the last video, you already kind of understood what to pay attention to. And I've already, everybody in Discord knew where to long, where to short. The last video I put up, it was 2 days ago. This one here, I'll put a link up to it now. I was just showing you that, pay attention to the next daily open. This gray line and this red line is a very key level. This will tell us whether we're going to go higher or go lower. Now we did open above, but I said pay attention the next couple of days to see if we get a daily open below. We did, and then we started dropping. So in Discord, I made a post basically saying the same thing. Now let's see if we get a daily open back near last open or below. So saying, look, see if we get a daily open below this gray line and this red line below 92,800. If we do, that is bearish. And we did. So that looks bearish to me. And we got a daily open below. And I said further confirmation would be below 91,167. See this arrow? And I said further confirmation below 91K. And that is important because you'll see why in a sec. So I opened a short. I used $5,000 margin, 45x. I made $3,500. I took profit, and I took profit on that short because we were at a support level, and we did bounce from there. But I did say, you can see right here, so this is where I entered my short because the daily opened below this line. We did push up from this point, but I made it very clear. I said, we'll short, I took profit on my short, we'll short a retest of resistance on C1. And the reason for this is because, like I said in that previous post, this is a key level. So we pushed up from 90,400. We hit this level on the C1 chart. And you can see now we are dropping from this point. So guys, I have all of your levels mapped out. All you have to do is play it. And guys, if you're making anywhere from $2,000, $3,000 a day, you're making close to $1 million, if not $1 million a year, well before taxes. You just got to be patient, wait for the trade, and then play the trade. If it goes the wrong way, you close it. If it goes the right way, you keep it open or keep adding to your trade. Obviously, you can see your next major support level on the C1 chart is 85K. But the main takeaway from this video that I want to cover is, again, I think Bitcoin basically showed its hand, and using the previous cycle, I think I've kind of nailed down where I think the two next major drops will be, what those price targets are. And if we do push up, the highest point we would go. So that's kind of what I want to cover in this video. Now guys, I use CoinCatch. I love exchange, no KYC, no VPN. This is the event special page. I'll put a link up to it now. 25 days left. If you deposit $1,000, you can get $5,000 back as a bonus, 30 slots every 7 days. They have lower tiers as well. Look, again, while they have amazing bonuses, you can even get trading bonuses on top of your deposit bonus. I use them because I trust them. It's up to you if you want to try them out. If you do want to sign up, this is my link. I'll put a link up to it now. Make sure after you sign up, though, you do click join. All these links will be pinned in the first comment description. If you want to learn how to trade on CoinCatch, I put this video together. It's about 20 minutes long. I cover all the tools I use, difference between isolated and cross. Gives you a lot more options when you use cross. Obviously, well, you need to watch the video, guys. Difference between trigger order and limit order, market price, limit price, important stuff you need to know. I'll link this video now if you want to trade on CoinCatch. And of course, my website, guys, if you want to sign up, the website's opdarkcrypto.com. The link will be pinned in the first comment description. Just make sure you email me through the website for a Discord invite link. You can't pay the USDT, but you need to email me through the website. So guys, let's just get on to this. So as I said, for this chart right now, we know our support level right now is going to be this green line. That's around 80s. We'll see how this plays out. After this video is up, you'll see how this played out or not. Current support level on this chart is around 87,818. And then you have, you can connect these wicks, which I didn't do a good job on that. If you connect these wicks, that next support level is going to be down around, I don't know, potentially 85,000, which is a key support level across multiple charts. But I would like to show you, notice these ghosted bars here. So basically what I did was I just took the bars from this previous cycle here. I don't want this video to go long. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. So basically I just copied these bars. So you can go up to this tool here, you go bars. Basically I just copied from where we pushed up to where we bottom, and it gives me these bars patterns right here. And then I just took these and then scaled it to match. You see right here, so I took this and notice I kind of moved it up here, and then I just kind of adjusted it, I get a little more of it, but you can see basically that that's identical to how I have it. But what I want to show you is based off of this. So we saw the previous cycle play out, and I told you, I said when we cross this ring, expect to drop, right? We crossed this ring, we did push up a bit, we were in a rising wedge, but we did drop from that ring so far. We've dropped a total of 25%. Now I do think we are going to follow this pattern. Now I did adjust it. If you'll notice right here, you'll notice that, let me make this brighter so you can see it. And I understand, you know, they say that, you know, what price action doesn't always repeat, but it often rhymes. Well, look at how this is. Look, and when I move this, I'm gonna have to undo to put it back. But you can see down here, notice this support level, notice this resistance level, support level. Notice right here, price came down to this point, right? Kind of close to where this bottom point is. So if I move this, you can see it kind of matches price action, especially through here. We pushed up, rejected, we dropped. Now while we pushed higher last cycle, you can see we still pushed up, we dropped. Now the thing that was different about this cycle is we formed a head and shoulders right here. The last cycle we dropped and pushed back up. So again, it doesn't have to repeat exactly, but you can see what I'm saying. It's kind of following the same pattern. So what I would like to point out, if this is correct, and I did size it to fit this current cycle. So if it does play out this way, and I would like to duplicate this, and again, I love to grab pattern or bars from previous cycles and then just see how well it matches price action or matches my current charts. So if I duplicate this and bring it down, notice if I bring this down, this is when we topped out around 73,500 right here. Put this price label here. So that's a perfect resistance level right at 73,818. And let's see here. We have this right here was support. Got perfect support right there at 93,000. Basically right at 93,000. Take note, it was also support and resistance through here. And that actually, if we pushed up, not saying this has to happen, but that does match. I mean, if trend lines and fib channels, when price is respecting a certain angle, it will respect that same angle going on for years, which is amazing. So I guess what I'm pointing out to you guys is there's a lot of stuff coming up, all right? You can see down here, I think you should be able to see it. So you can see these little four flags down here. So this is on, see this is the 5th, so this is today. Okay, so PCI came in at 0.2, so I guess that's good. That's what they expected. Personal income can 0.4. Personal spending, this is 0.3. So again, there's a lot of stuff. This was today. We got a drop. Okay, but look what's coming up. So on December 9th, we have jobs opening, right? So to look at unemployment. Fed press conference, FOMC minutes, interest rate decision. Now, I do believe the Fed's going to drop interest rates by a quarter percent or 25 basis points. They have no choice because markets are expecting it, and if they don't, markets probably crash. And then you have the PPI MOM, this personal price index. So a lot of stuff is about to take place. And if you notice, it's all about to happen right before, look, these ghosted bars push up. Now, I'm not saying that it has to play out this way, but we can see a lot of stuff is about to take place down here, right? A lot of this data that wasn't released is now being released because of the shutdown here in the U.S. So all I'm saying is, well, we came down. You can see we got close to 87,800, and we kind of stopped. So if it does follow this pattern, now keep this in mind. I've been talking about if you get above a certain level, I would pay attention to around 100K. All right. Now 100K, I think would probably be the highest we go. If we did push up, we know based on the cycle, just kind of matching it. And actually, I don't want this to run long, but I'm going to move this and just show you. Look how well that matches right there. Just in that general area where we kind of bottomed that bottom wick and we pushed up. I'm going to hit undo so I put it back where it was. But I just want to show you that this all matches up very well. And take note that the top of this, right, is December, the 26th of December 2025. And let's go through here. Let me go to this chart. December 26, 2025. This is the weekly, by the way. This is the 29th. Get a price label here. Okay, so that's around 100,500. That's what I'm saying. If we push up, I would be watching 100,000 to 100,500. I'm not saying we have to. If you push above that, take note that right around that area is 106,556, and that does match the top of these bars. Again, the bars are just an example showing you a possible way this could play out. And remember, this ring is a ring I said once we crossed it, expect us to possibly drop, and so far that's played out, and I cannot grab that damn thing. But you can see that little circle there. That's when we cross, we push up a bit, and we drop. So all I want to point out to you guys is you can see prices respecting this very well. And let me grab this and bring this down. These yellow lines prices have been respecting. I look for, basically this is how I create my charts. I find important trend lines and then add fib channels based on those trend lines. But I want to clone this and bring it down to this point and see if there's a match. And it's good to go back, guys. And you can see, look at all of this support. Support here, support here, support here. We broke it and we dropped. You can see that there was some support through here, support and resistance, support right here. And then you can see we got rejected right here. Well, if it plays out like this, we got rejected right here. So what I'm getting at is if it does play out like this, again, it does not have to play out the same. And keep this in mind also, they just did quantitative, or they ended quantitative tightening, right? That means they're getting ready to do quantitative easing. And why would they do that? Well, they want to have it ready so if the markets start crashing, just like during COVID when they raise interest rates, they want to have money ready to deploy. If the markets start crashing, they print that money, and then you get that V-shaped recovery and markets start pushing back up. So maybe that's why, you know, the quantitative tightening ended, quantitative easing is about to begin, because we're looking at some possible major downside. So as I said, let me put this in the background now. This is in the foreground. So let's just look at this. So if I'm correct, and we push up from here, but we've got a lot of stuff going on, and currently we're holding right now, we're pushing up from this point that was almost to the dollar right here at 88,000. So if we push up, pay attention to this line, okay? This line right here, this is what I mentioned in the previous video, go watch it. This was support, support, support. Our target was down here, so we actually dropped the distance you would drop from this head and shoulders, from this being the neckline. So that means we could push up, especially with all the stuff that's going on. And if we do, I would pay attention. I'm saying there's a possibility we could push up. If we break below 87,000, we're probably headed to 75,000. But it is possible we could see some upside. And if we do, well, just pay attention to this damn level right here, okay? If you start seeing daily opens above 92,800, if it's further out, 92,900, let's say 93,000, well, you know we're going higher. But you can see price is respecting all of these lines. And if we bring this over, right, let's say we push up to 106,000, right? And then we come back down, well, your support will be 92K. It's just amazing how well previous price action, right? I mean, these are bars going back years and years. And it matches perfectly. And then this support would flip as resistance right underneath this green line, right? And this yellow line. So that means potentially we could be going, price could be pushing out for quite a while before we get that next major drop. And that drop, right? So let's look at that. So that's showing that we could potentially be up around, what, 106,000 by pretty much Christmas, all right? The 25th, 26th of December 2025. If it follows this pattern, maybe we get topped out at 100K, maybe we push up to 106K. I'm just telling you that that's a possibility, especially with all of the stuff that's going to be released. They're going to lower interest rates. Usually people get bullish on that. They're going to do quantitative easing soon, or people are expecting it. That's bullish. But typically quantitative easing, when they start printing money, they're doing that because they're trying to save the markets from crashing more. But so let me just give you these, just listen to what I'm saying, guys. So that means possibly we could be up around 100K, maybe 106K by the 25th of December. All right, then we come down your support level 92K. Then before we get that next major drop, all right, well, that next major drop could potentially be the 1st of February 2026. Your bottom target, no, I'm not saying it's going to be exact. I'm just saying it gives us an idea. So we're talking about possibly, 67, maybe 68,000, right? And then we push up, and like I said, all of this matches, and there's confluence here. Push up to potentially, 80,000, right? And then that next drop, that next major drop that happened before we started that drop was on the 8th of March. And then we bottomed down around, 50,000. And remember what I said in those previous videos. Look how well this matches up with the 300-week moving average. Somebody mentioned in the last video that said, has Bitcoin ever touched the 300-week moving average before? Yes. You can see back here. It happened during when we had a COVID crash. We hit the 300-week moving average, got a bounce. And then you can see it happened right here. We actually got a bounce on it, and then we dropped below it, became resistance, found support, and then we pushed up. So yes, it is very possible. And if you match, right, if you match it up, it looks like that's very, very possible that this moving average is just going to just do like this. And potentially that'll be our support, maybe resistance. We'll see how it plays out. But it does look like this previous cycle, right? This blue cycle, remember I showed you that this played out. So when we cross this ring, expected drop. And it took, the time it took before, and remember I said short after this ring, ever since then we dropped. We did create patterns. Again, I just copied these bars and put them over there. But the time frame before we bottomed was 375 days, all right? And before we got a bounce and pushed up from the 300-week moving average was 487 days. So just keep that in mind. I know that this is kind of projecting out and we don't know the exact targets, but just because we crossed this ring, we started dropping, and bringing these bars out and matching it and seeing how well we pushed up, right? Found support, pushed up. You can kind of see that even the structures are about the same. While we had head and shoulders here, we had more of a dip and bounce, but the price is pretty much the same. So I'm just saying, pay attention to these dates. If you want these, if you want to go back and see the dates again, actually I can bring this up, guys, so you can see it. We can screenshot if you like. And then potentially, hey, if we bottom, who knows how extreme this might be, but the bottom right there was what, March 19th? And before we started pushing back up, well, I didn't get the bars that far because we started pushing up after that. But just the time frame from here before we started pushing up was 200 days just going sideways and down. So I'm just showing you that it is very possible, if I'm correct, which so far it looks like I am, we'll see, that, and keep in mind, this cycle here, we topped at, 64,000. We pushed up just above that to 68,000. This cycle here, when we were up around this area, we pushed up to 72,000, pushed all the way up to 126,000, and then started dropping. So again, I'm just saying, it looks like these could be potential points to watch. I just believe that it's possible that we could see some upside. That's all I'm saying. Just expect the possibility, since we have all of these things coming up, and because these bars are pushing up. Not to mention, if you go to the weekly, look how low we are with the, this is the moving average for the MACD. You can see how low it is. I mean, it could go down further. The RSI is pretty much bottomed out. You can see that we could possibly have some upside, at least to this moving average and those VSH RSI plus. Your current support around 84,000, and that does match that target I gave you. Well, this is what? That's about 85,000. You've hit the bottom of this point here. But guys, all I'm trying to show you is it's very possible that if we follow along, notice we pushed up to head and shoulders at this point. This cycle, last cycle, we dropped and pushed back up. Now it could be the opposite. We could drop down and push back up instead of pushing up, coming down. But price will probably level out around the same area. We know 93K probably will be a resistance level. We could just drop and push up. It could go sideways. But I just wanted to show you how well all this matches. And again, this is just copying bars from previous cycle, and it does look like it matches up. But I guess the takeaway from this is let's see if we break below. Now remember, 75K is the strongest support level, and actually this probably is around that area. Actually, that's pretty damn close. And I showed you, I don't have any charts up on this video because I just wanted to cover this main point. But if we got a major drop, 75 to 74 to 73K would be a great point to long. And that would make sense. So if it does the opposite, so if we come down and find support, then we do something like this, we'd push up to this point and get rejected if it does the opposite of last cycle. So that's what I'm trying to point out, but it does look like this could take some time. Well, we could push up, we could drop, but ultimately I think we'll probably push back up to our 93K and then have a massive drop. Just want to show you how these match up. Let me give you just again, so obviously your current resistance you can see is right around 91,237 to 91,753. You get above that, 97,000. What's up here? Well, this is on the 30 minutes, so this gets higher with time. Sorry about that, guys. My phone's going off. It's 103,000, but I would pay attention and just 85,000. Next level below that, it's going to be around 83,000. And again, 83,000, 84,000. Next resistance level above is about 91,000. All right, guys, I got to run. I just wanted to cover this really quick. Again, if you want to sign up for CoinCatch, guys, 25 days left. Make sure if you do use my link, you click on join to be part of the promotion. All these links will be pinned in the first comment description. All right, that's it, guys. I'm out.